So, um, I've seen something recently that reminded me of the existence of text-based Let's Plays, which is kind of like something that almost completely disappeared, but I'm reminded of it like frequently when I search like solutions or tips and tricks or tech issues for old video games, and you find a game FAQ link, and you're like, damn, things really have changed in the world of Let's Plays. And it got me thinking, really, because I think, I actually am quite sure, as a Let's Player myself and a consumer of Let's Plays, that text Let's Plays are kind of the thing, to be honest. Like they're much better than video Let's Plays. And I'm like, yeah, I get the irony, right? What is this? What is this? I'm literally just making a video Let's Play, but like, when you think about it, text Let's Plays are just quintessential Let's Playing. There's no place for fluff, no place for like Let's Player noise, like, oh my god, shit like that, you know? It's just like straight to the point. Like, I went here, I did that. Maybe you insert a funny joke here and there, you know, about the game. You put some funny screenshots, you put your characters, and like, it's kind of done. Like, you don't really have to do anything with them. And really, like, I was kind of like, I never frequented any text Let's Plays personally. I'm quite too young to be online when they were prolific, but I was a big reader of Homestuck, right? And I don't know if it's Rose or John who write tech Let's Plays, and when I was reading Homestuck back then, like, I wasn't really familiar with the medium of text-based Let's Plays, and I didn't know anything about Game FAQ. Like, I was 13 and I was just discovering the internet online, right? Kind of, you know, new to this anglophonic sphere back then. So I was kind of like, yeah, that's interesting, but I'd rather watch, like, you know, PewDiePie and Markiplier and Jacksepticeye yell at the screen. But now that I've matured a bit, you know, I'm going on 46 now. I think this whole video thing is, let's just say it, and I mean, the video element maybe is not the worst part of a Let's Play, of the new wave of Let's Play, if you will, which is not really new anymore, to be honest. But this era of Let's Play with audiovisual components is really like, in my opinion, it's a fad that will soon die out, and we'll go back to the true form of the Let's Play, which is the text. Because I think, you know, I get the appeal, don't get me wrong. You have someone, a personality screaming at the screen, and it's like, yeah, it's funny, I don't have to read, my attention span is, it doesn't have to be focused on something for like a few hours reading a game and stuff like that. But as a gamer, with a capital G, obviously, and a game maker, I think truly that once we get past this novelty of video and really audio, I mean, that's really the big thing. Like, I wouldn't mind just watching a PewDiePie Let's Plays circa 2012, just, you know, without the audio, just the game audio, maybe even like, that's fine, I guess. But just like staring at the screen, you have his face cam still, obviously. I mean, that's a very important component of the Let's Play, that I think once we go back to the text-based Let's Play, I think every single paragraph should become adorned with the face of the player, right? I mean, sure, text-based Let's Plays are the best, but the way they were in the early 2000s, late 90s, they really weren't like developed as well as they could be. Like, I'm not saying that every type of modern Let's Play everything with modern Let's Playing is like bad. I mean, quite the contrary. I think we should keep at least like, yeah, if one element of video game let's plays on the internet are to be kept, it's the constant face cam of the person. But something that's really gotta go is it's the audio, right? Like, I don't want to hear you think what you think, like stream of consciousness, like during the whole fucking thing. And I mean, editing has made it a bit better, but I mean, I don't think PewDiePie was a very good editor, right? Like, why would you keep yourself absolutely screaming at the top of your lung? Like, at least I don't get it. Like, who is going to type out a let's play, a text-based let's play, and like type out themselves screaming? I mean, that's really avant-garde to do that. But when you're doing it just in front of a screen, like you're literally playing to someone in the same room, I mean, that's nothing. That's trash, you know. Like, that's why and that's kind of like a point I want to make here. It's that I don't think let's play need to be recorded to do let's plays. You know what I mean? Like, let's play is just something you do. Like, if you're just playing with your brother, a friend, a cousin, like parents or whatever, and you're playing and they're watching, that's a let's play. And I think that that's the primary form of a let's play. So I think text-based let's plays in this case, like, were so different from the ideal nature of the let's play, that is playing with people next to you, that it brought something, you know. It added value. But now it's just like, yeah, you can, like, most let's plays, just playing with your friends, and you record it, and you basically don't do anything at all, and you're just like, yeah, that's my thing. And I mean, it has its value. Obviously, it's quite avant-garde, like, you know, like people recording things that don't matter in early cinema, whatever. Like, it's somewhat interesting, I guess. But, you know, now people have gone back and made real movie, like Marvel movies and stuff like that. Like, nobody cares about, you know, like these really like advanced art forms of cinema and stuff like that. Nobody cares about any of the new wave or whatever. Like, it's done. People want to see Marvel, and I think that's the ultimate accomplishment of cinema. And I think the text let's plays is the Marvel of video game let's plays. I mean, it's quite obvious, to be honest. Like, I don't think I should make a whole video on that, because anyone who truly appreciates the art of let's plays truly and probably understands that, you know. And I know, like, it's a lot more time consuming to just read a let's play, and, you know, maybe you just want to get an opinion, a real quick opinion, by skimming through a let's play video. And to be honest, if you do that, really just stop watching this video, because I think you're not a true enjoyer of real art, you know, like myself and many others. Because if you really like let's plays, you will dedicate your entire life just to reading and writing let's plays. And something that just came to my mind, and I think is pretty interesting as well, is that video game journalism, which is a very controversial topic, to say the least, kind of is text-based let's plays, but you don't really talk about the game. It's more like you're I don't know, I feel like before the advent of the video let's play, I kind of think video game journalism didn't really need to exist, because you would just read a let's play and you'd be done. You would not need the opinion of someone who is, you know, not necessarily the most well trained to play video games. And to be honest, I'd rather get my opinion straight from the horse's mouth. In this case, the horse is a gamer online, anonymous gamer, obviously, who probably makes a lot of spelling mistakes. And to be honest, there's not enough spelling mistakes in modern day game journalism, right? like it's part of the form of the let's play to me, at least, is that it has to be very amateur to be worth anything to me. Which, when you look at these very contemporary let's play channels like Smosh Plays, I don't really want to see that, because it's lost the avant-garde interest of the early let's play scenes like PewDiePie, because everybody's seen what it can do, and like everybody has friends and everybody has played video games with friends, so what's the point at this point? I just rather watch Smosh do their usual thing, not play video games. But you also don't have the, in my opinion, true artistic intent of the text let's play. So you really, modern day let's plays, and I don't dislike Smosh, obviously, I just want nothing against them, it's just the format of the modern day let's play, really, just to me, it's vapid, completely vapid, and I think it should be not necessarily stopped, because how would you do that? I don't advocate for killing Smosh or anything, like nobody should do that, obviously, but and that's true. Even like, not, you probably noticed like PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye and everyone don't really do let's plays anymore. Like Jacksepticeye doesn't really make let's plays, and PewDiePie almost completely stopped making YouTube, but he had stopped making let's plays long before. And I mean, it did. They both had a short streaming career, or maybe long, I don't know, but time is weird. They both had a streaming career, and obviously that was kind of let's play adjacent, and obviously I mean, I think streaming video games, making let's plays are pretty much the same thing, except without the added value of editing that was already like minimal in early PewDiePie videos and stuff like that. So I think, I mean, you're kind of going back to text-based let's plays, especially I absolutely love these streamers that like just play a game for like 10 hours and barely say any word, but I think it's really going back to the avant-garde stuff. But I mean, it's been done, right? Like, we don't need another of those. Like, there's literally probably millions of hours of it online. So at this point, it's been done. I think really what needs to be done is if Smosh starts let's playing in text formats like the olden days. I mean, they never did it. But if they started, like, that would be truly artistically revolutionary, in my opinion. And I mean, you don't need to be revolutionary with your art. I mean, if you really, even you probably shouldn't be revolutionary with your art if you want to make money out of it, which is sad, but whatever. But I think Smosh and all of these people would really benefit from opening a gamification account, and instead of turning on the camera, turning on the mic. I mean, do turn on the camera to take pictures of yourself every paragraph. I need to monitor your facial expression at all time, obviously, but don't turn your microphone on and just start typing away. And by the way, if you ever decide to do that, and I mean, I absolutely encourage you to do it. Do not actually do turn off your spell checking. Obviously, that goes without saying. Like I said before, like, fuck is that? Typos are part of the medium, obviously. So you probably shouldn't remove them. But if you really do want to be like avant-garde, like I said, and remove all typos and like start writing like in a poetry format, that would be fucking awesome. Like what I'm saying is that Let's Play is in its text-based format really just poetry. And that's, I think, what is lost with the video let's play, because you're making cinema, and sure, people like cinema. I personally don't really enjoy watching movies. I'd rather read. And I think that's where these whole things stem from, right? I'd rather read your text-based let's play than watch your let's play video. And obviously I've done it, because if you want to watch a let's play, if you wanted to consume let's play in the 2010s and 2020s, you would turn on YouTube or Twitch. You would not go to Game YouTube, obviously. But I think, like, okay, this is a bit of a hot take, I guess, but really, the epitome to me of let's playing, and the best let's play ever written, was Homestuck. You know what I mean? Like, they play Burb, which is a game, and you know, they document their playthrough. I mean, they go a bit beyond that, because obviously you have a lot of dialogue, but everything is within the abstraction of the computer, because they're not. I mean, at some point they do start meeting in real life and talking, but ignore that, obviously. But I do think Homestuck is a let's play, and it is what every other let's play should aspire to be, because, to be honest, if you write a let's play, I don't give a shit if you start lying about what you do. Say you're playing Mario Bros, and you're like, yeah, I just beat the first level. No shit, everybody does that. So what do? And that's where it starts becoming very interesting. You say, yeah, I jumped down the first hole, and Bowser was waiting for me down there. I beat him, and we started befriending each other and running a train on Peach. Like, that's crazy, obviously, and false. But I need this type of rumors to go back to the gaming industry. And if you're recording let's play, first of all, it's too spontaneous to prepare this kind of thing, and second of all, it's much harder to fake. You don't need any editing, any other skill to fake a text let's play. You just say something happened, and it did not. And at this point, like, you get Homestuck. That's how you get Homestuck, to be honest. You just start let's playing about fake people, multiple people, playing a fake game in a fake universe, and you have one of the best work of contemporary fiction on your hands. You know what I mean? Postmodern contemporary fiction, and I think that's beautiful, to be honest. And I don't think anybody's really done that with video let's plays. I mean, it's not impossible to do. Like, when you really think about it, you could do it, and I don't see anybody doing that. Really, I mean, maybe people do that. I don't come at me if people do. Actually, do come at me if people do. I want to see that. But what I mean is, like, people need to go back to recording their let's plays, not with video software, but with a pen and paper. And I mean, okay, imagine this, picture this: a found footage text-based let's play, where you write down your let's play on a piece of actual paper with a pen, and you start putting it in people's mailbox and, like, around your city or whatever. That's fucking, like, insane, next level shit. And I mean, I'm not gonna do it because I'm stupid and I'm just recording a let's play like any fucking dumbass. But if you're, like, want to make something that's, like, impressive, just, like, start up Resident Evil 2, not the remake. They published the original one on Steam recently. And start just bullshitting your way through this. You say, yeah, at this point, like, Leon started stripping and stuff like that. And you see people doing it with mod, right? So it's not unbelievable. So you need to really go off on some, on some insane shit. Like, I mean, I don't think I can imagine off the top of my head something that wouldn't exist in a mod. Because people are kind of crazy, but, like, you know, maybe Sonic starts showing up instead of fucking what's his name, Mr. X or whatever, Nemesis, and you're like, yeah, sure, man, whatever. But like they start making out and shit. It's you need to really go above and beyond, but not. I mean, you do whatever you want, to be honest, because I'm just doing literally not what I'm saying you should do, but whatever. You know, and you start writing shit. You start writing fan fiction about a game, pretending it's actually in the game, and instead of putting it online where everybody will be like, yeah, obviously you lie, you start putting it in random people mailbox, right? And don't be like, yeah, I'm just write chapter 1 and put it in a single person mailbox, because at this point, like, you're asking for people not to read your shit. Just maybe print out hundreds of the first chapter and then put it around your entire town, but like mailboxes, fucking places where you put like posters for concerts or whatever, and it's like, really, anywhere will do, anywhere that people would read it. And then obviously it might not take off, because maybe you live in bumfuck nowhere where people don't even have internet or whatever, I don't know. But once it starts taking off, if it does, like, people are gonna be fan of what you do, and maybe you might start something cool. And maybe in 20 years when you're dead, because you spent too much time making text let's plays rather than eating, people will remember you like that. And I think that's beautiful. I think you should make let's plays not because you have fun making them, but because, one, I tell you to make them, because that's very important, but first and foremost, to be remembered, because everybody knows that let's plays are probably the most respected art form. People don't really like. People like to pretend that cinema is the perfect art form. People like saying video games is a really good art form. People saying like poetry, books, whatever. In my opinion, that's just bullshit. I mean, do you have a Homestuck in a Homestuck movie? Well, you're gonna get a Homestuck animated TV show maybe, but you know what I mean. You don't get true works of fiction unless you make let's plays. That's all I'm saying. I mean, video game high school came pretty close because it's something about video games, but it's not quite a let's play. Let's be honest. And to be honest, if you don't really like writing or you can't write, make a movie and impress me. You know what I mean? Make a TV show, make whatever. I think found footage like Marble Hornet and stuff like that are pretty close to let's plays, somewhat, I guess. I don't know. I never watched it, but from what I hear. And I mean, they seem rather easy to make. No, I don't know. I don't make movies. I don't even watch them really. So what do I fucking know? But please make let's plays in text-based form. And okay, new idea, new fucking idea. If you don't want to like print out hundreds of fucking things, and I don't understand why you wouldn't, obviously, because everybody has access to thousands of dollars worth of printing equipment. I mean, everybody knows that. But if you don't, right, and you still want to do that, maybe find a way to do it that's like free. Maybe go into your local library, like, and be like, sit down at a computer and start register for a game FAQ for account or fucking Wetpad or whatever, and archive of our own, and like start typing up a let's play that's like truly from the bottom of your heart, like heart, about and also new idea. I keep having new ideas. I'm kind of a genius like that, but new idea. A let's play, not of a video game, because okay, history lesson. Video games are just basically any other type of game, just on the screen, on the computer screen. But you can technically do a let's play of literally any game, and people do that with the D&D and other type. But like making a D&D let's play, it's kind of overdone nowadays. You know, you have Critical Role and all these people in France. A lot of people do that now, and it's like, it's overdone. It's overdone. So what do? You start making, maybe tic-tac-toe let's plays. Say you just go up to random people on the street and like, do you want to play tic-tac-toe? And they're like, yeah, sure. And like, as you play, you document your moves, your opponent's moves. You don't forget to take a selfie at each move and a picture of your opponent at every move. You can do it illegally if you need, because it's very, very important. But whatever you do, don't forget that. And publish a tic-tac-toe let's play online. That's crazy. That's kind of a crazy idea, right? I think you should do that. Maybe I'll do that actually. Maybe don't do it, and I'll do it. Whatever. But like, you can. There's a lot of ways to make let's plays, and I think that being like, yeah, I'm gonna let's play a game, let's just go to YouTube or go to Twitch, is not really like, it's overdone and it's boring, to be honest, because you know what I mean? Like, maybe you could, you know what? Okay, new idea. I'm full of ideas today. You could maybe make let's play where every single thing you say is scripted, written in advance, but like, and you say it no matter what happens. Like, even if you lose and you thought you would, you still act like you won. You know what I mean? Like some crazy shit like that. And I mean, that's kind of like AVGN stuff, except AVGN was like, yeah, shitload of fuck, whatever, but he didn't. I mean, you barely see him playing the game. He makes lots of editorial choices, which, I mean, very interesting editorial choices, it's important, he's making a movie after all. But, if you want to do it with like less work, instead of acting differently depending on what's happening in the game and how you're doing in the game, just fucking act like you're constantly winning. And you can even like record the gameplay and just talk over it. You know what I mean? Like, on some crazy shit. Yeah. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but like, you can come up with a lot of ways to revolutionize the let's play format and genre. And art form, really, because it is one of the highest art form in the world. I mean, let's look inside our brain real quick and our memory. What œuvre, like we say in French, oeuvre, like you say in English, of fiction and art can be considered a let's play? I mean, you have Homestuck, obviously. Pretty big deal. AVGN and its French counterpart, Le Joueur du Grenier. What else? I mean, not a lot, to be honest. I mean, in music format. Wow, that's a whole lot of kind of worms. I might have opened Pandora's box here right now. Because musical let's plays. That's kind of crazy, right? Like, you make, maybe, okay, pretty basic example. Mario, you're playing Mario Bros, the original, whatever. Classic game. Never played it. Never finished it. Too hard for me. Every song on the album is a level, and if you lose, new song. You know what I mean? And it's like full improvised songs as you play the level. You play the game without sound because you don't need music. You just need to improv a melody and some. Even don't make melody. To be honest, it's a bit too hard sometimes. Just fucking spitball and record everything, put it all together in an album, SoundCloud. There you go. Album. Let's play album. Never done before. Fucking insane. You do lose the visual element of your face every single frame, though you could make a YouTube version of the album with your face recorded as you sing. I think it's pretty interesting. I mean, even because obviously when you do this, you're going to get like asked by a million labels to make an album and to play a lot of like festivals and concerts everywhere. Like you're gonna go to Coachella with this, obviously. And once you're in Coachella, you don't really need to come prepared. You just need to get a Nintendo Entertainment System NES on the stage, a mic, obviously, and start singing, like improving shit. And like people are gonna go crazy. I mean, look at what Justin Bieber did. I mean, to be honest, kind of genius. And you don't really need to. I mean, look at what happened to Grimes and to Justin Bieber, and look how differently they handled it. Obviously, Justin Bieber didn't have tech issues, but if instead of panicking, Grimes started just shooting the shit with the audience, maybe it wouldn't have been a meme back then. And probably everybody fucking forgot this meme. And people maybe are gonna say, yes, the only difference between these two people is one is queer, one isn't, one is a woman, one isn't. And it's like, yeah, maybe that's a big problem, because maybe if this shit happened to a man, nobody would have batted an eye. But like, everything removed, if you're just starting going on YouTube and typing a whole music and being like, yeah, that shit's cool, instead of panicking, people probably would have fucked with that, especially since Grimes is kind of like DIY and stuff like that, you know? So I don't know. So yeah, what was I thinking? Yes. To go back to Let's Plays, obviously, because that's what we're talking about here. What was I doing in the game? Whatever. You need to make a Let's Play album right now. To be honest, if you're not doing that, what are you doing? You're gonna go broke. Why am I not doing this? Well, right now I'm just, I'm just Let's Playing in video format. I don't even show my face. What am I doing? Who am I to say this? And to be honest, it doesn't matter. Like when the little voice in your head tells you to kill a child or whatever, do you ask, who are you to tell me that? No, obviously you do it. That's I'm the voice in your head in this case, and I'm not asking you to kill a child. Just kill Smosh. Never mind. Cut that. Anyways, I think that's really all I have to say about that. To be honest, like,